Jerry Brookover,
Mike Bushman.
Cameron Miller,
Pushkin by proxy.
Lee Coons,
Rick.
Selena Vickers,
Lynn Vickers, Mike Pushkin.
Shane Asanzambi,
Shane Assanzandi, Mike Pushkin.
James Griffin,
By proxy, Mike Pushkin.
Ariana Islam,
Pushkin.
Exie Vega,
By proxy, Mike Pushkin.
Josiah Sorrent,
Mike Bushman.
Wilma Steele, and Ray Whitting.
Bushman.
Anna Gillespie,
Rick Stanton.
Laura Walker,
Mike Pushkin.
Troy Miller,
Mike Pushkin.
Cindy Lavender Bow, Mike Pushkin. I need to go back and put the name in here. Gabe Pena,
Mike Bushman by proxy. This is Sam.
Stephen Baldwin. He's not on the call anymore? Okay. Doug Scaff,
Mike Pushkin.
Natalie Klein,
Mike Pushkin.
Kathy Link. Charles Winsell,
Mike Pushkin.
and Michael Trauber.
Rick Stanton.
Jennifer Beach, Mike Pushkin by proxy. Kim Frum, Rick Staton, Ronald McCoy,
Mike Bushman.
and Sunny Oakland.
Mike Bushman.
Lissa Lucas, Mike Pushkin. Judith Stevens,
She's on there, I don't think she heard.
City I couldn't hear. Mike Pushkin.
Simon Vargas,
Mike Bushman.
Bonnie Fruth,
Stanton by proxy.
Tess Jackson,
Pushkin.
Ben Markey, and Floyd Sayre.
Rick State.
Stephanie Heck,
Delegate Mike Pushkin.
Tammy Pritt, okay, Rick Staten, Tim Bias,
Mike Pushkin by proxy.
Matt Spurlock, Deb McCarthy,
Mike Pushkin.
and Phyllis White.
Mike Pushkin.
Robert Ofsa,
Thank you, Larry. Robert Offset, Mike Pushkin.
Marcus Wilkes.
With all due respect to Rick Staten, my vote goes to Mike the Man Push.
Heather Hayes,
Mike Pushkin.
Farron Williamson, Amanda Estep Burton,
Mike Pushkin, please.
Amanda Shelton,
Mike Cushman.
Keith Lottie,
Mike Pushkin.
Christy Cardwell,
Rick Staples, please.
Kelly Elkins,
Pushkin.
Bob Baker,
And all due respect to my friend, Rick State, I vote for
and David Thompson.
He wants Cushman. Bob Roxy.
That's right, so you're stuck. Yes. Make sure. Check her. Yeah. Diane Browning,
Stevie.
Margaret Staggers,
Cushman.
Sam Petzoff.
I would add, with respect to my friend Rick State, I also vote for Mike Pushkin.
Mike Bushman, okay. Jamie Spencer.
Mike Pushkin.
Rachel Tompkins.
Mike Cushman.
Brenda Weiss.
Mike Cushman.
Adam Starks. Cody Thompson.
Pushkin.
Michelle Carpenter.
Cushman.
Susan Miley.
Mike Cushman.
Ryan Deems.
Mike Pushkin.
Danielle Walker.
He's only got Mike Pushkin.
Joey Garcia.
Mike Pushkin.
Mark Music. Deanna Armentrout.
Mike Cushman.
Candy Sisler.
Delegate Mike Pushkin.
Jason Armentrout.
Mike Pushkin.
Randy Titchnell.
Mike Pushkin.
Dorothy Kengla.
Mike Cushman.
Virginia Sign. Virginia Sign.
Rick Staples.
Thank you. Richard Rector. Charlie Streisel.
Mike Pushkin.
Cheryl Lawrence. Maria Russo.
Mike Cushman.
Ken Collinson.
Mike Pushkin.
Matt Halterman.
Alternate openings, 16, I vote for Delegate Pushkin.
Bonnie Brown. Patty Hamilton.
Rick Staples.
Richie Robb.
Rick State.
And David Tucker. His proxy was instructed for Rick State. Oh, I'm sorry?
Casey, I'm sorry, but you are no longer an at-large member. You were replaced during the last vote. So, so you want to change your mind and challenge these two for chair now?
No, I've had that right.
That's pretty, really off the hook. Before I announce the total, I want to thank, and I think everybody in here ought to thank both of these gentlemen. I'm going to tell you, there are a few of us, Nick, Pat, in this room that can attest to it's not an easy job. It's a lot of hard work, volunteer effort, no pay. So I'm asking each and every one of you to stand united behind the next chair in this team and do everything you can to help make their life easier. So at this time, Delegate Pushkin, 67 votes, Rick Staten, 21, and 2 abstentions. I'm sorry. Come here, Chip. Rick just had a statement. He wanted to say something.
With respect to all of you who supported me, I would like to withdraw my nomination and move that we elect Mike Pushkin as chair of our party by acclamation.
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Congratulations, Mr. Chairman.
We can't make a little leeway before we get back to work. Don't go anywhere, Belinda. I'm about to find out just how hard this job really is. And we've had a very honorable and hardworking chair for the past, almost as long as I've been in the House, almost 8 years. And I just wanted to give you this book. It's a biography of Mother Jones. I think it's fitting. And I want to thank you for your service to this party and to the state. And please give Brenda a gift. I really want to thank you, Rick, for stepping up and running and putting yourself out there like that. We're going to need your help. Please stay active. Everybody else who's had their name on the ballot today, whether you came up a little short or not, please stay active. We're going to need everybody in this room. We're going to need to, I'm going to quote a great American, Teddy Brogan, who told me that we might not always see eye to eye, but we're going to have to walk out of here arm in arm. We're going to have to take the fight to the Republicans this November. So let's please put all the division behind us. Let's work together. We've got much more work to do. And with that being said, I'll call the meeting back to order. Okay, so the next officer up would be the vice chair. And we open the nominations for vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Danielle Walker.
What she was getting at?
I just wasn't walking fast enough. My name is Mindy Salengo. I am the proxy for Jennifer Beach, and I would like to nominate Danielle Walker for the vice chair position. We are so fortunate in Monongalia County to have her as our delegate. She fights relentlessly for each and every member of her district and beyond. Just recently, I had a friend who was houseless in Kanawha County, and she was up till after midnight the other night trying to help me find resources for that friend, not her constituent. So she fights for everyone in West Virginia, no matter if you fall under her district or not. So if you want someone who is going to fight relentlessly, hard, with love, with compassion and fire, then this is your candidate right here. She is amazing, and she will absolutely bring integrity, transparency, inclusion, everything to this position. And she will make every person running, every Democrat feel included. She will make them feel a part of the process, and she will fight relentlessly for the Democratic vision and what West Virginia Democrats are and what we bring to the table and what our values are. So it is with absolute dignity, respect, and everything I've got for you, Danielle, that I nominate you for this position. Thank you.
Do you have a second for this nomination?
I'd like to second the nomination.
Thank you. I'd like to second the nomination of Danielle Walker for Vice Chair. As I said earlier, I would follow this woman anywhere. I bet she got the least sleep of anybody in this room last night because she was tirelessly at 4:30 a.m. working for her community, still doing her job. And in the words of Danielle Walker, every one of you that's been elected to something today or are here today as a result of an election, remember to do your job in her honor. We will be behind you. Thank you.
Further nominations? For those listening at home, Mr. Barkey from Putnam County moved that the nomination be closed and that Danielle Walker be elected the Vice Chair of the West Virginia Democratic by acclamation. All in favor? Aye. So moved.
We are laborers. We are the village. We are seniors, children, and families. We are grand families. We are foster, adoptive, and kinship families. We are veterans. We are the voice of all. We are diversity. We are inclusive. Most importantly, we are proud Democrats. When you know whom, and whose you are, we will stand on one accord. We must go to our roots, our foundation, and our unapologetic presence of being true blue. It is time that each of us do our job as a collective. See, we may be in the super minority of both houses, but we are the majority to our neighbors. Because presentation without presence is powerless, and we are power Democrats of West Virginia. True blue is all around because we always answer the calls, the texts, and the knocks on the door. So we're not going to talk about it, we're going to be about it. We're not going to talk the talk, we're going to walk the walk. And when one of our friends is lagging behind, we're going to make sure that we give a hand up. Because there will be no person left behind within the borders of West Virginia under the new leadership in the West Virginia Democratic Party. See, whether you go to a 9 to 5 or 11 to 7 or you work a 12-hour shift or you are retired, we are still working people. And what do working people do? We strategize, we organize, and we mobilize because we are Democrats. Do your job. Is inclusive, diverse, and equitable. We want equity, not equality. Equality is 2,000 late. I am thankful for the shoulders that we stand on, the helping hands, and the actions of the people, by the people, as we are, we the people. Inclusive solutions for all. We are true blue. Yesterday, today, and for all the tomorrows, I am Delegate Danielle Walker, your first Vice Chair of the West Virginia Democratic Party. Thank you.
I have to follow Danielle, please. You're doing a lot of that. Okay, our next office are the nominations for the second vice chair.
I would like to nominate Sam Petzl.
Is there a second?
I'll second that nomination, Mr. Chair. Jenny Stevens.
Further nominations?
Motion to close and support Sam by unanimous acclamation. Second.
Currently not a member yet. I think this is the first. Okay, and second. Okay, we got a motion and a second to, thank you. Same motion to close the nominations and elect, elect Sam Petzl, second vice chair by acclamation. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Sam, say a few words.
Thank you, Kelly and Cindy and Judy for the nomination. We still got a lot of work to do, and I just don't really have to give a speech, but I want to follow up on something important that Danielle just mentioned. And she was talking about our jobs as Democrats. You know, I view the job of the second vice chair to be a translator, an extension agent, so to speak, for the executive board of the officers of the party. So I'm going to try to, of course, be available to everyone. Most of you have my number. I'm really thrilled that I feel as though I know virtually every person in this room. And I hope to leave here today knowing, if I don't already know something about at least one of your family members, I want to get to that level with you because we owe that to our party and each other. And we have a lot of strength in this room. And we owe the people of this state that much strength. So it means a great deal to me to be gathered with you here today. And thank you all for being here and getting us to this point as a party. So I want to share what I say when I travel around to a lot of counties already, which is our job as Democrats. If our goal is to strengthen and diversify the party, I believe what I have learned in my years now about being around politics is that the job of committees is what I call the 3 C's. Candidates, cash, or what we sometimes call competence, but candidates, competence, and communications. The 3 C's, candidates, competence, and communications. What's that? Yeah, and chutzpah, that's okay, I'll give you that. So, in everything that you do and you're working in this party, candidates, cash, and communications. I want you to bear those 3 C's in mind, all right? We need to recruit candidates. We've all been working on that. And our success breeds success in that regard. We want to work on communications, and I think that is driven best at the regional level. There's a lot of great planning at the senatorial district level, led by in many respects, by the Greenbrier County women to coalesce talking points and common communication strategies in our Senate districts. That makes a lot of sense because we have common economic interests and values. So let's keep communicating at the Senate district level. And then when it comes to cash and competence, everything we do also, in addition to recruiting candidates, in addition to clear, consistent communications, we need to have cash and we need to have competence in everything we do. I think our committee looks very competent here today. But part of sustaining that competence is sustaining the budgeting to follow it through and ensure that we pay our staff what we need to pay them, and that we have the budgets to make our campaigns succeed. So the 3 C's, candidates, cash, and communications, all right? That's really what it boils down to. And I hope that you'll take that away. I've probably spoken for too long. I want you to be in touch with me. I want to thank you, and I really want to thank the candidates for chair. I feel like I want to leave with a story that I think should be reflective of the party. When Lee Kuntz referenced that Rick and I were on this phone call a year or so ago. Rick's been an old friend and mentor to me, and I was really, I'm not going to take credit, but I'm going to say I was really gunning for Rick to be on that call. I feel like when we ask for our friends and people with whom we share values to get involved in the party, they flock to it right now because people have a sense of the need. And I've been on that path for a long time with Mike Pushkin, and he had run for vice chair. He's been building up, and I know that Rick is going to be with us on that journey too. We're building, and Mike has come a long ways with us, and I'm glad and thankful, Rick, that for everything you did and calling for unity. We get a sort of a curse of riches when we call on our people, and I think that's all reflected here today. So let's stay at it. I thank you very much, Rick and Mike, most certainly, and all of you. I look forward to working with you. Thanks.
Thank you, Sam. And I would say at this late hour, I would add another C, and that's coffee. And I hope there's some left over there. Okay. Next one will be Associate Chair, female. Is there a nomination for the female Associate Chair?
My name is Candy Fitzler, and I would like to nominate Lisa Lucas.
Is there a second?
I would like to second that nomination on Zoom, Amanda Stepper.
Are there further nominations?
Did you guys hear?
We heard you, Amanda.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'll do a Candy Sisler nominate and Amanda Eastepford second that.
I'd like to nominate Ms. Laura Walker.
Delegate staff nominated Laura Walker. Is there a second?
I couldn't hear the name.
I would second.
The delegate staff nominated Laura Walker, and I believe there's a second from Sam Petson. Are there further nominations? I'll entertain a motion to close the nomination. Nominations are closed, and the secretary will take a roll. We have to change the list a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, they can.
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry. First day on the job, sorry. Lisa, would you like to speak first?
Not only his first day on the job, it's his first hour on the job. I am Lisa Lucas. Some of you may recognize me. I've run for office. I've worked on political campaigns. I think our party should be about hope. Our messages should be persuasive and thoughtful. We need to reach out to working people understanding what our concerns are, not just with hand copy. We need to speak to what we want and create a vision. We need to have our words and our actions both meet in a place that we call values. And that's what we, I think, been missing. People are hearing words, they're seeing actions, those are meeting in different places, and they don't understand our values underlying. And I think that that's really what we can do to build the bench, is to have values that we hit again and again, because the values that Democrats care about are the values that will help this state. We want higher wages. We want labor rights. We want health care costs controlled. We want to cap diabetes costs. Thank you. So if we stick to values and we make our messages about values, I think that's where we build the bench, and that's where we build back a majority.
I apologize, I thought I went too fast, and Delegate Scaff wanted to, a minute, second the nomination.
1 minute. 45 seconds.
Thank you, everyone. My name